Hey everybody, it's Derek with the Ultimate Hang, and I wanted to give a quick look at some of the gear that ENO sent to me just this last week. And unfortunately, I'm sad. Actually, I have to give some of this stuff back. They just sent me some review samples, which I'm very happy about. Thank you very much for sending it. And I'm a little sad that I have to give it back because this is actually some pretty good gear. I've reviewed the Hammocks before, so I'm not going to jump or look too closely at that, although ENO has upgraded some of the small components. I'm going to show you some details about that, which is a nice improvement overall, from the carabiners they're using to the hardware devices. Even the small cord locks have all been upgraded, and they're fantastic. What I really want to look at are their new quilts. This is the Ignitor Top Quilt, and they also sent me this is the Blaze Underquilt. These are both down-filled quilts, and the first thing that struck me about these quilts is the fabric that they used is very soft, and I love it. It just feels really good. It feels like a top quality product. Very well made. My first impression was quite nice. The stuff sacks, they also came with, so they come with stuff sacks, they also came with nice cotton storage stuff sacks, and with the labeling as well. The Ignitor, the top quilt, comes in, let's see, got my scale here. So 646 grams, and the underquilt, 681 grams. So you're looking at about a pound, a little over a pound, pound 6 ounces or so. If I did my calculations correct here, about 22 ounces. So for the kit, these aren't too bad. So you're looking at about 2 pounds, a little over 2 pounds, close to 3 pounds for a set, which is actually really good for even a lightweight setup. You're well under a 5 pound range. You're not far away from 3 pounds, so that's really good. Both of these are filled with 750 fill power. I believe it's duck down, 700 fill power. They're both rated around 30 degrees, between 30, 35, 40 degrees. I spent one night with them the other night out in the backyard, and I was down to 45 degrees, and I was really hot. These were very comfortable. I know for myself, I could probably get down, and this is where I don't want to speculate. I'm going to test these out, but I have confidence that I can get down into the 30s very easily, if not cooler. Let's see. According to the packaging, we've got, it's a ripstop nylon taffeta with a DWR treatment. But let me show you some of the details on these. Now the stuff sack, they actually can stuff down about half this size if you're curious, but that's not too bad. Both of the quilts have this really nice, I'd almost call it like a slate or a dark chocolatey color on the outsides. I can't really tell if it's, my wife says it's gray. Sometimes when I look at it, it has kind of a brownish tint to it. But on the inside is where you get the bright colors. Now for the Ignitor, it has like a little draft collar that goes around the head. What's interesting is there's no clip. A lot of top quilts, especially specific to hammocks, include maybe a snap and also a draw cord. So as you draw this around your head, you can kind of clip it around your neck and cinch it up. So that's not present on the ENO version. But the foot end does have a nice foot box, and it uses a couple of snaps and some hook and loop fasteners. So you can actually lay this out with a draw cord and lay it as a flat quilt if you wanted to. So a lot of adjustment here. Cinch it up nice and tight. The dimensions that are listed here for the top quilt 48 inches by 74 inches, so plenty large enough for that one. And in all other respects, it's a very, you know, it's got a nice baffling to it. I'd say about 2.5 inches of baffling. The underquilt, I actually set it up backwards the first time. Again, the outer fabric is this dark gray slate color, almost again, to me it looks kind of like a chocolatey brown, and then the inner color is a nice vibrant, what would you call that, a green, with the commercial tag here. Now, what's really cool about the blaze, it has a channel that runs through the edges like a lot of underquilts do, so that keeps the sides up and tight with the shock cord. So the shock cord runs all the way around the perimeter. But it also includes, this is what I really like, so some of the top end quilts from some other cottage manufacturers include a second shock cord around the top to kind of keep the entire quilt from kind of slipping down or bunching up in the middle. Well, ENO has solved that very simply, actually. I really love this, with just a shock cord right on the end. So it allows you to adjust. This is actually a full length underquilt. It's not a 3/4, it's full length. For me, that was basically my neck all the way to my feet. Very comfortable. But these little shock cords here, or excuse me, the cinch locks, allow you to not only adjust the underquilt on your hammock to get the right fit, but it also prevents it from sliding down, which is a nice feature. And with this, it also allows you can bunch it up if you want to get a little more circulation and open up with it. There is a draw cord right in the middle here, so you can loosen up the shock cord on the ends and get ventilation if you need to. What's really interesting, and you can see it on the outside, so it's differential baffles, except for, what's really interesting, you see this green, I don't know really what you would call this. It's just been, so right here there's a seam, and there's two of them. So you've got this left panel, a center panel, and a right panel. And where the panels meet, they've kind of been sewn together. So the baffling kind of ends right here, which is really interesting. Now, with one night of experience, I didn't experience any or feel any drafts or cold spots. But that is once there, just a real long line that there is, the insulation is sewn straight through. The rest of it is baffled, and it has very nice baffling. So let's, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to focus in on some of the small details and get you a closer look. All right, here's a close-up look at the new ENO. This is the double nest, which has a kind of a buckle strap enclosure. And so this is one of the hardware items that's been updated. Nice new buckle, logoed. What's really cool is their new cord locks. They're using them on all areas of their hammocks, their stuff sacks and gear. It's very small. You see that? And it has basically tension on either side. It kind of pulls against itself. So it's kind of an ingenious little setup, but very small, and it does a great job. So saving a little bit of weight, saving some space. I will say that it can be a little bit tricky, maybe if it's muscle memory, but just, to pinch that and make it work a little differently than your common cord locks. But that's exactly what is on. So here is the underquilt. There's a close-up look of the shock cord and the channel, and that cord lock right there on the end that is used to prevent the underquilt from sliding down and sagging in the middle, and that's especially important on these really big full-length underquilts.
and it's a kind of an ingenious way, a very simple way of making it work right there. Just a little, and that cord lock, you know, is sewn on, attached to the end, so it's not going anywhere. Top quilt, this is the Igniter, and you can see here there's some metal snaps. There's 2 of them, one here at the base by the foot end, and some hook and loop. This is not Omni tape. This actually has the hooks on one side and you know, the loops on the other. So those 2 match. And yeah, another snap up here at the top. Cinch cord is on one end. Again, it's that mini cord lock, or if you could call it a cord lock, but I guess that's what it is. Right there on the ends, just on one end. And on the underquilt, it does have a cord lock that's got a shot cord that's separate from the edges of the underquilt. That allows you to kind of draw in the baffles to seal up any drafts on the ends of the hammock.